สวัสดีค่ะ Welcome to Hot Thai Kitchen. Today I am showing you another Thai pasta recipe. I have a couple already, so if you're a pasta fan, make sure you check those out. But this one is actually honestly my favorite. And every time I go to Thailand, I always order it at a restaurant that has it. And I always think, I gotta put this on Hot Thai Kitchen every time. And I keep forgetting. Until today, I'm finally gonna share it with you. I'm sharing spaghetti tom yum is what we call it, or tom yum spaghetti. And it's easy, and trust me, it is going to blow you away if you are a tom yum fan. Let's get started. So let's start with making the tom yum herb paste, which this is going to turn our spaghetti into tom yum, okay? So it's very important. I got some lemongrass, some galangal, and I've got a little whole piece of galangal to show you. If you've never seen one whole one before, just imagine it normally being a little bigger than this little nub, but this is all I've got right now. Some Thai chilies, of course, as much or as little as you like. You don't have to add any if you don't want to. And some kaffir lime leaves, which I finely chopped, and I also removed the center rib so that when you eat it, it's not gonna like be these long strings of leaves stuck in your teeth because these are very, very tough leaves, okay? So now all of this going into my mortar here, and I'm gonna pound them down into a paste. Okay, so it doesn't have to be like a complete smooth paste. You just want no more big chunks. Now let's go over the other ingredients real quickly and we're almost ready to cook. So I've got some Thai chili paste here. This is super important. It's so key to the flavor of the tom yum soup that we're all familiar with. So I brought a couple of brands to show you just so you have something to recognize when you go shopping. And these are not the easiest things to find. So if you can't find it, I have it listed in my kit online. I'll link to that in the description below. And also you can make it. And I have a recipe for that. I'll link to that right up here. So apart from that, you want some good spaghetti and also some whole peeled canned tomatoes. And for protein, I am just using shrimp just because it's classic for tom yum. You can definitely do chicken or don't have to put any protein at all, not a problem. By the way, for our Patreon members who have access to our new reward, the show after the show, we're gonna dig a little deeper into some of our ingredients and talk about how to choose a good one. All right, I think we are ready to cook. Okay, so I'm gonna cook my shrimp first, and if you know me, I always prefer to cook my protein separately so I can control the doneness of it so I don't have overcooked shrimp. And notice I've had my shrimp sitting on paper towels so they're not so wet, and then I'll get oil splatters all over me, which I might anyway, but at least it's better. So my shrimp is seared. I'm gonna start my sauce now. This is always my efficiency technique. Right before I start my sauce, I drop my pasta. So off that goes. And I set the timer for 1 minute less than whatever the package says. Now you let that go and you go back here and now you gotta hurry because that's going. Sauteing my onions. You can use shallots too if you want for this. I just happen to have onions at home, and don't clean the pan. There's like shrimp bits in here that's tasty. Once your onions are starting to become translucent, I'm gonna go in with my mushrooms. So I am using shimeji mushrooms, which I love for this kind of thing. You can use oyster mushrooms, any kind of Asian mushrooms. If you're gonna go button, you can, but make sure you read my written recipe. I'm gonna talk about what you need to do if you're cooking with button or crimini mushrooms. You gotta work with it a little differently. I'm just gonna season this a little bit with fish sauce, just so that the vegetables get some seasoning love. And now I've turned down the heat a little bit. I'm gonna add my tom yum paste, my herbs, not really a paste, my tom yum crumbles. Give that a quick toss just to get the heat activating. Spicy. And now the tomatoes will go in. Whee! All right. Heat down a little bit. Because I'm using whole tomatoes, I'm gonna take my time and break it up. This is my favorite tomatoes. They're so soft and juicy. It's so easy to break. Some tomatoes are a little firmer, so they're harder to mush down. And now I'm gonna add the chili paste. Mix that in, and the chili paste is quite sweet, so we are not gonna add any other sweetness to this at all, and some fish sauce to season. I'm just gonna let the sauce reduce a little bit, and if your sauce is reduced until the right consistency and your pasta is not done, don't panic. All you have to do is turn this off, go relax for a little bit until your pasta is done, and that's it. Efficiency. And by the way, if you're used to the concept of like simmering tomato sauce for half an hour or whatever, you could theoretically do that with this, but I find there's so many other strong flavors that it's still really delicious with like this quick reduced tomato sauce. Especially if you use good canned tomatoes to begin with. Okay, pasta is done, and by done I mean 1 minute less than done. That's exactly what we want. So what I like to do is I don't drain the pasta. I feel like this is a lot more efficient. I just put the pasta, whee, there we go. And Adam is dying of chilies, as am I apparently, of chili fumes. It's what we do for the show. And I've got my heat turned off so I can take my sweet time. I'm gonna turn the heat back on now and then toss this pasta, and I want to let it cook for 1 minute in the sauce. I find that when you finish pasta in the sauce, you give it time to really absorb that flavor. Yeah, if you want it a little saucier, you can add more water. If you want it drier, you can just leave it as is. Don't forget your shrimp, by the way. One last toss. And that is it, you guys. Oh, it smells so good right now. I'm gonna turn the heat off. Now, I'm gonna finish it off with some lime juice, of course. Tom yum has to be sour and strong. And also some greenery, some cilantro. Woohoo! And that is it. We are ready to plate. This just looks so delicious, and it was so fast. Careful when you plate, because all the pieces like the mushrooms and the shrimp will always fall to the bottom, so well, around the edges, so make sure you grab those and distribute evenly. If you want, you can also finish it with grated Parmesan the way you would normally do pasta. I actually find that the creaminess of the cheese helps mellow out all those really strong acidic flavors in there. Finish it with a sprinkling of, a huge sprinkling of cilantro. That was a lot more than I thought. The smell of tom yum is definitely there. Oh, it's so good. It is one of the most soul-satisfying flavors for a Thai person, because it's all those familiar flavors and the strong lime and the fish sauce that you love about tom yum, but it's got that richness of a pasta, like of a good tomatoey pasta dish. It's that perfect combination. And I just cannot explain to you how good this is. You have got to give it a try. It is not something you have to prep a lot for. It's quick, definitely weeknight material. A must do if you love tom yum. So the recipe, as always, will be on hotthaikitchen.com. And when you make it, I definitely want to see your photo. Tag me on Instagram, tweet me on Twitter and Facebook, or anywhere you can get hold of me. And if you haven't subscribed to the show and you don't want to miss a recipe like this, make sure you subscribe and click the little bell icon as well. That will send you a notification when I post a new video. And if you want to join us on Patreon, become part of the club, you can check out all the details in the description below. And I will see you next time for your next delicious Thai meal. Or don't even put any protein in it, it's totally fine. All right, let's get started. Wait, we already started. Let's get cooking!